That is the only approach.
Yes, of course. And you just volunteered again, right? To sign up for
I volunteered to work on
planning, right? Yeah. Hi, Claudia. How are you? I'm Brittany. I'm the one who's willing to go along with it. They usually, pay for your drink.
There are certain phrases that are just
Well, thanks everyone for coming. I'm Brittany, so thank you for coming tonight. I'm very excited to have the city here to give us an updated training on 311 to make sure we're all using it as impactfully as possible. And hopefully we can take these packets and everything we learned tonight and share it with our neighbors so that we're all interacting with the city in a really productive way. I want to pause in case my colleague Commissioner White or my other colleague Commissioner Moritz has anything they'd like to share this evening. Let's get ready to rumble! And I will note this is being live streamed. There is a sign up sheet when you walk in. You're welcome to sign up. Everyone, this is interactive. Feel free to sit anywhere you're comfortable. And I will now take it over to our expert, Ms. Carnage, who is going to kick us off tonight with the rest of the team. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, Ms. Brittany. Well, actually, the experts are back there, so we will let them introduce themselves. I serve as your 311 service manager. Here with you also. Again, this is an interactive session. It's not what
over on Richards Road. I'm glad that you're all here and helping keep Clintonville an awesome place to live and happy. So,
You want my constituents?
okay.
I
So for Richards, so
Yeah.
just a little bit.
That's right.
So I know you're all using the system in various ways. Let us know your feedback.
Thank you. I need you all to do one more thing. Just could you share, because I want them to know the wealth of experience that we have and the diversity. So can you just let us know how long you've been in 311? You've been with the city of 311.
Okay. I started year 28, and I've been with 311 since day one, which was May of 2006.
2 months.
And she's awesome.
Thank you. Yes. I have been.
So Mr. Mr. Phil wants to know what those titles mean. Rep 1s and Rep 2s.
So as a Rep 2, I work as a lead. Say I report to the assistant manager, who is under Carmen. And as Rep 1s, they are the ones you talk to on the phones. They handle a lot of those back pieces as well.
So you've talked to me then?
Yeah. You don't recognize our voice?
Yes, when you
I'm
call
sure I've talked to you.
These are the people that you primarily speak with. If you're emailing in, Arena primarily would be working with email, but that is also a task that our Rep 1s are taking on as we do some new and different things in the division. And so for the expansion, I'm not going to steal Todd's thunder. Did you want to talk about the expansion, what's happening on the 13th?
Sure, no, glad to. So we are, really excited. We had to put in a new system in place, which is great to have new technology to help move things along, but obviously we need people behind the technology to take your calls, to process that email and all that. So as part of this last budget process, we added 10 new members to the team. So we hired a great first group. We're having another group starting in a couple of weeks, and we're doing a few more interviews tomorrow. So hopefully we get all those 10 filled here relatively quickly, get those up and running. With that expansion, starting on Monday, we will time at the end of the day. And then we're also, with this change, we're a neighborhood pride center. So here the liaison works out of the North Pride Center, which is the police substation kind of program that the campus area. We're gonna have team members located at the neighborhood pride centers going forward. And if you do have a situation come up where, you know, it'd be really helpful to sit down with somebody and really work through it, you'll be able to reach out to 301, you can email 301@columbus.gov and request an in-person appointment. And we'll set you up so you can come in and meet with one of our great team members at the Pride Center and just kind of talk through whatever's going on. So just really trying to make sure we can help every resident in a way that's most effective for them to connect with their city government. So we're super excited to take this another additional step forward.
Thank you.
Sure.
So I hope everybody got that. So we expanded our hours, effective the 13th, 7 to 7 p.m., 7 a.m., 19 to 28 reps to be able to handle the volume that we are experiencing here in our wonderful city of Columbus, Ohio. And then, of course, we've added staff in persons in the Pride Centers. We have the two young ladies here, Arena, who is the lead, and then Sarah. They will be stationed at the North Pride Center, as Todd mentioned, which is in the OSU area. It's not too far from where we are at 1410, but at that location, and that is up in Scarborough. Okay, and then the other people are not here. That will be stationed out at the East Pride Center. That's 1393 East Broad Street. And then we have the South Pride Center. And Michelle Harleman, who is also another tenured team member, she will be there at the Reed Center. And so we're going to start there with those locations, fill the rest of the vacancies that we have, and get the team going. So again, in person, scheduling in-person appointments is something totally new for our 311 team, but we're excited about that. Any questions so far from anybody? Y'all want to jump right in?
Yeah.
I see Miss Sandy back there. I heard Miss Sandy, I heard you. She said, I just didn't want to have to call, but okay. So this session is for you. So you tell us what it is you would like to know from this group. Does everyone have an account for 311? So everybody.
I just looked and you know, it says if you did after April 9th, guess what?
What?
I did mine on March 9th.
Oh.
That's why it doesn't work.
Oh.
And now you want me to have to go through it all again.
Miss Sandy, you're gonna be our best friend. Okay, so I am going to Darian, I'm assigning you to Sandy. Okay.
Somebody has to adopt it.
I'm there with my laptop.
All right, there
I
you
was also noticing that what I said earlier, if I call her, she tells her to call her. It hasn't changed, has it? Online.
You can
Well,
always call
we want you to contact us
Call
in
me.
whatever way is
Whatever
most
works
comfortable for you.
Then, because the number one problem was, as I was discussing with these ladies, oftentimes I know the answer I'm looking for.
Mhm.
I don't know the question. I don't know. Well, is it this category or?
How to filter for the multiple choice in the drop down
Yeah,
box.
it's like it doesn't fit, and that's when you go, person, that's what you call it. Because, and it's
We do it all the
usually
time.
something at the frustration level, or when you go, oh, I've got to call 311.
Okay.
And the first thing that happens is you go, oh, I don't know. You know, and so that makes you hang up the phone or.
Let's look at what she's describing, if that's okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a good.
Miss Carmen's
that's
gonna
probably
explain
my number one
this.
complaint. I would say, how do I submit a 311 before 311? I
Okay, but I do have a
We're gonna show you that as well.
well.
So while Darren is working one-on-one with Miss Sandy, we also have Regina and Arena and Sarah here as well. They can come around if you want to, you know, raise your hand and grab them. They have the laptops, or you have your phones with them, they can do that. What you're looking at is actually our website. This is what comes up if you're on your, on a laptop. And if you're, to her point, when you're trying to submit a service request, you want to start with this icon right here. You also have in front of you, we made sure that we brought guides for how to submit a service request, and there's also a guide for how to create an account. If you already have an account, which most of you, it looks like already have an account, you won't need that guide. But the guide for how to submit a service request, it's a high level overview of that. That's part of what's in your chip clip. But you will see in that particular guide, you can also download it. So we've given you a hard copy. You can also download that here. You'll see it in a second. But you start here to submit your service request just with this icon. Click on that. Let me click.
Is there anyone that took your laptop doing this?
Yeah.
Would you like to see? So you can go.
You can turn that one around.
Does anyone else with you?
And Arena, can you pull up the phone?
Yes, it will look
Can I give an example of a type of request that's similar to the question? I think it was Sandy asked that example, but I have like a real world one that I've been desperate to put through and can't find a category that will let it get through. You're taking examples for the walkthrough.
Okay, so, do you have, how do you normally connect? You connect on a laptop or do you connect?
Yeah, laptop. It's one of those things, like Sandy had said, where we can't find the right category. My example is I live really close, I'm with our Brittany on Cotton Road, and I commute to Marion, so every day I'm getting onto I-71 North, and I've seen dozens and dozens of accidents because it's impossible to get from Indianola. Sorry, I have some hearing issues.
That's okay.
It's very difficult to get on I-71 North because traffic does not stop coming from Cook Road. There is almost, and I just see cars get smashed left and right or almost smashed, and oftentimes I'm waiting up to 20 minutes trying to get through because it's nonstop traffic. And I've talked with Brittany and we've tried neighbors, friends on our street to report this because it's very unfair for anyone living along that Indianola corridor to try to get onto 71, and it is so dangerous. And I have to drive to Marion every day, I have no choice. And so I try to report it, and there's dangerous intersection, things like that, but because there's not a light there, it rejects and it will not let me flag it. So that is an example where I've reached out to Brittany. She wasn't sure.
This is part of the impetus for the training because we can't figure it out.
And there's no category we can put in to say, please give us a light so that all of us in this part of Clintonville can get onto 71 North. So we can't figure out the right category. So if there's a way you can help walk through that and help find something that we go through, because it says that unless there's already a light, you can't flag it as a dangerous intersection. So that's a really specific example, but I think others in this room probably have examples like that where we can't find a category you guys are thinking of, so we have something we desperately want attention for in our neighborhood, but we don't know what you are looking for.
Okay.
And if it doesn't already exist, it won't let us put it in.
Okay.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Sure.
So is it Indianola? So where is the actual issue that's backing up?
The issue is that there is no light for folks coming from Indianola and turning onto Cook, trying to get on 71 North at Cook. There is no light. We have a stop sign, but Cook doesn't stop. And the other street.
So it's like continuous right turn?
Yes, and the other, and it's a freeway. I don't know the name of it, but the street that's parallel to 71, they have a stop sign, but they come in front of us. So any of us coming from Indianola, in the morning during rush hour going north, we are stuck there forever, or we have to play chicken and pull out in front of nonstop traffic. And as someone who,
they're not stopping.
because nobody else stops. And so as someone who works in Marion, this is like terrifying to me, and I have to do this every day, and I've been trying to put it in for years, and there's no way to flag it that I can find. So that's my example, and I think everyone in our neighborhood desperately wants, who has to go north, desperately wants a stoplight there for the folks on Cook or a traffic light. I've seen so many accidents almost weekly, and there's not a way I can find to report it.
So has it been reported or anything at all?
I've tried random categories, but from my experience and when I reached out to Brittany about this, I would flag it as dangerous intersection, things like that, but because there's no light there, it was not in the system and in the map as something we could even complain about.
So we could definitely request a traffic signal. That's something that definitely we can.
It's sorry to take up all the space, but this is like such a safety issue for our community that I'm just like, I've gotta go in a bit, but I was like, I have to come here and say some things I feel every day. Like, I'm gonna get into crap just trying to go to work in Marion, and it's not fair.
For sure.
So,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
if you're on the website, it's playing around, so while we have the experts with us, so let me go back to where I was. If you're on the website, and you're trying to submit just for that issue. Select your service request type you wanna make sure you get here. These are all of the different categories.
Okay.
I'm just gonna type in traffic.
Yeah, because I think that's what would be helpful, kind of understanding what you guys are thinking for those things, because the system, based on what you pick, it will or won't let you pin things on the map.
Right. Certain things you can send with an intersection, certain things you have to have a property address. Yes.
I had a session on a card once, I was like, I
So my rep is telling me to type in signal, not traffic.
can't.
Okay.
But that, I would have typed in traffic first, so I'm with her now. Okay, let's do signal.
And I think those people call it a traffic light, not a
Yes.
traffic signal.
And it is right there. Do or removal.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think that was what I tried in the past, but there was something weird, we both tried it.
Do you
Yeah.
And it started to be, what's that?
Do you have any case numbers that I could peek at?
Oh, I mean, it's been a while, I tried 6 or 7 times.
That's all right.
Did you put your name on it today?
I don't know, I just wanted to, I know Brittany arranged this, so I wanted to come because every day I sit with this.
So thank you for that example. What I will share is, what we have heard from residents is when you're searching, exactly what some of the things that you described. So when you're searching some of the categories and the titles that we're used to saying and hearing, might not be what everyone else is. We want to expand that.
Yeah.
We do have a request into the vendor to expand the search.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
Could you
that
try it
should
with-
be improved and continue to give us feedback.
Could you try it with that example of the intersection, because I think the if we do traffic for removal, the issue we had was being able to pin the intersection.
Okay.
And I would like
The
to.
traffic signal new or removed is the one that the team is saying we need to.
Do you mind if I ask your name?
Oh, yeah, I can get you a card. Before I head out.
That would be great.
And again, just don't want to see any more cars get smashed there, it's not there, it's not.
Okay, so I'm gonna click on the map, it's gonna bring up an area. What am I typing in here?
If you type 71 in Cook, I think it'll bring it up. I don't know what address there, it's kind of industrial, but there.
Well, and I've also wondered if it's like a jurisdictional issue.
Right.
Because ODOT has 71.
Okay, come on.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
This is right here.
Yes. Wait, that's it.
Yeah, that's the intersection right there, we're right below the plus sign.
Yes.
And thanks everyone for letting me
And you
do
know
that.
what code is 71, right? So what intersects that? Other than 71?
Cook 71, and there's a little road that goes along,
It's like an access.
I don't know what the name is, yeah.
There you go, right below there. Go east, go down south, east. No, that's one.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait,
Every summer watermelon.
I can read your emails.
Thank you, yes, I'm gonna go ahead. So that is where there is a continuous right turn.
Yes.
But then the others are going straight. So,
we have a stop and so does the other side, but they always go. So in my experience, everyone coming from Indianola is just stuck waiting forever unless there's a gap, and you've gotta wait until after 10 a.m. to get here.
so this is
We're kind of trouble visualizing it.
Yeah, me too.
You live in Clinton, right?
We both live on Chatham. Yeah.
So we're coming from Indianola. Can you scroll up a little bit? Sorry, Arena.
It's hard to.
You're coming from.
Yes, they're from Cook and Indianola over to, it's this.
Yeah, you're
It's
going,
this.
you're going, yeah.
So you're going,
I'm so sorry.
so this is Indianola, this is Cook.
So if this is the underpass we're going past, it's this.
Yes, that's
That's it, DJ.
I've lived here 6 years, and everyone is like, this is a dead intersection, why can't we get it fixed? And it's the
That's where
system
the
will
lights
let us.
are. Oh, Mark.
It's here.
When you go
I think
past,
you're familiar with this exit.
People here is continuing
Yes,
in the area.
that's it,
So
because this is
here.
the light to turn left on it. They have
They
a
don't have a
stop
stop sign,
sign.
they can just continue.
They have
No,
to
they have
stop
stop
sign.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They do not. And folks,
I know earlier, I was coming off of Cook, they don't.
and see that error message you guys did is what we can.
No, there's not a stop sign there.
You can just go. So many people that have been waiting here have to.
Yeah.
We wait in the morning, sometimes 20 minutes to try to get out.
Yes, yes. People coming west on the road, not the strip itself, that's the, yes.
I want to point out something very important about this location.
Is it not
This intersection is Park City, and it is Park
state?
Whittenville,
Clinton Township.
north of Cook right here. We do not do the pavement markings, we don't do anything.
So is that why it's freezing us out because of the jurisdiction?
So this error message that keeps popping up,
Yep, and that's why Brittany and I both got that same message, and we finally agreed that's what it is.
it's the location.
So who can
I
help
was
us?
reported to both. We'll put what we can in today at our work boundary, and definitely report to Clinton Township too.
Wow. So
So
it sounds like,
Franklin County engineers.
so it sounds like these kind of boundary zones between borders are areas that get neglected, and that's probably why all of us know this is a problem, but there's still no light. I've lived here for 6 years, and I've seen so many accidents right in front of me, and it's like, why can't we get a light? But maybe it's because it's like, hot potato, no one wants to claim it.
If you look at those pavement markings, I just read, that's the only reason I'm aware of this intersection, because the pavement markings, the gentleman called in later, like a couple weeks later, he's like, guys, stop, right here, like, finish. Because it's where the corporate boundary is.
Where we can be helpful.
We should annex it.
Wow.
Where we, I believe we can be helpful is, so you know, some of the sites that you actually put in, just to make sure that we understand what part the city does and does have. We also can connect this particular issue with our neighborhood liaison so they can know, and they can kind of corral,
If we reach issues like this where the online portal is not working for us, is that a situation where calling in or meeting in person is gonna be effective?
Yes.
But
Yeah, we're
I-
sending an email.
I reached out to Brittany, it's like, I'm a millennial, I do everything online, and it was very discouraging to feel like the system is not allowing, and I think that's similar to what Sandy was saying, we know what we're asking for, but the system is rejecting it, so we feel like we don't have a voice in saying no, you know?
yes, no, I'm sorry for your experience with that, but that is also the reason that we have multiple ways that you can contact us.
And thank you guys for letting us talk about this example. It's just something I'm passionate about, like I said, because I have to go north every day, and I hate feeling like it is so dangerous to get on that road that I might as well just drive divorce, because I should be able to access the closest exit from my house as safely as the people from Cook.
Sure. So if you've already reported that again, and we can, to get more detail, make sure that again, the city, you have a full answer from the city of Columbus, and the service request did go where it needed to go so that the right servicing department can address that concern. If for whatever reason you experience what we just saw on the system, and the reason for that is because of the boundaries for the system, obviously, but call us. Just give us a call.
And then we get a ticket number
Navigate
that's,
that and connect you to the right people.
and that ticket number is kind of thing, so I follow up on, and
Yes.
we're getting updates.
Absolutely. Good, thank you so much for that.
I don't know how encouraged, you guys have been really helpful, I don't know how encouraged I feel about the hot potato of these boundary zones, because I have a feeling some of these problem areas are gonna be there, and it's one of those things where no one wants to touch it, because if it's I run a nonprofit, usually the experience is like, well, we're not sure we're financially responsible for it, someone else probably is, so no one wants to handle that, but it sounds like you guys do to some extent liaise with the townships and the other.
Traffic accidents at that intersection, wouldn't that be someone be noting that as a dangerous intersection or something? Does anyone track that?
Thank you. You can ask, yes.
And so Officer Montgomery, who comes to, he's our CLO, comes to our meetings, and he just said they are understaffed, it sounds like at the moment, but that he did report specific issues to them as well, that they will follow up on. So we can share that with him too.
And this is kind of a tip for 311, if everyone's taking that call and getting you routed to the correct department, so department of either safety or public service in their work would be the one that would be getting that, depending on what the service request type is, and doing the work and following up. So 311's that way you can come follow back up, need an update. Ideally, they're putting information back in, through your account, you're seeing information about what's going on with your request, but if you're not, or you have more questions, you can put that through your request that they get back with you if needed. So there's kind of that space where 311 kind of takes you to a part, it's kind of match makes to the right department, and then they take it from there and do what's needed to get it to the finish line.
Can I ask a basic question? Has it always been like that? Because it seems like I've interacted with 311 successfully many times, and I've just done it by emailing 311, and does that still work?
Yes, absolutely.
So you don't even have to go through this whole search now. I've had good service, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
So should we then all use email, or is there an advantage to using the system?
You can contact us in whatever way is most comfortable for you. Email is definitely one of the ways that people contact us. We count it as a contact, but yes.
Does putting things in the map, because like we talk about the heat map during our area commission meetings, does that help generate like, a lot of folks on this block, we can do it through the portal, or having this specific issue? Does it show that kind of mass?
So however information comes into 311, you're able to look at it. So
do you guys prioritize issues though? If there's like 45 with the same thing, more?
We only get it to the right department. We don't prioritize something over, so the departments would.
Absolutely.
But it may make a difference for them if they use this system, because it'll show, a bunch of people that heat map concept maybe.
And like she said, it's no matter how you report it, email, online, calling it, however, it's going to count towards the amount of people calling about it.
You do often hear departments talk about with their processes, they encourage residents to keep putting it in, getting it in, it just is their kind of managing their workflows and seeing where things are going. So in general, I would say, yes, report it, put it in.
But it's kind of like calling your elected official, that if you call, email, snail mail, they tally up no matter what process.
I think the benefit to this would be, so in this example, if it wasn't out of the, if it wasn't out of the city, right? But it's kind of this weird spot, right? And if you're in an email, you're like, hey, it's kind of here, there, whatever. If you're on the app, you can really drop the pin on it. Then there's no discrepancy about what you're talking about. And they're out of position. I think that's one benefit to this.
Definitely. And I'm glad the system works generally if we're not on the border of the townships, right? That's good to know. Not for us, but for someone else.
That pothole in the middle of your street or something, they'll find where it's at.
Right.
And I'd like to note too, this is a perfect situation for, liaisons, and because it does involve, it involves Flint Township, the city of Columbus, and ODOT. It's right there on 71. So it's 3 different pieces going into that spot. And see that map, all we handle is just the road that goes north. All of that Cook Road, that L's, and then that one would be Clinton Township. ODOT is the 71 North Ranch. So.
Are there spaces where y'all hang out and get together? Is that up to certain citizens to coordinate that?
Right here in these, that means area commissions.
Okay.
She's never gonna steer you. We're here. Yeah. This is where the magic happens.
No,
Thanks for that example.
Yeah, sorry again to be fussy about it, but like I said, it's a stressful part of my day every day, and you're a lot of other people, and it's just one of those things where it's like, how has it been like decades and no one has fixed this, right?
I would encourage you to continue to lift it up with Ron. You know, we get the same thing, it's better to lift it up and make sure that there are eyes on it, and things out in front of before. Yes, I would be a talent and
For every there, unfortunately.
Commissioner White, your question. I thought maybe in all seriousness, what we could do is, you know, because I have, my district is under I am in Worthington, School for the Deaf, and yeah, so I have 3 of these.
They're
and
proactive crews, right? So in regards to
and there have been times where that looks really close to me. I'm gonna go ahead and pick out one that and see what shakes out. And when I get back here, this is not in a qualified area, or this is not something that affects everything. But what I would like to see, that could even be animated. I don't even know if there's any. It would be really great if we could have a go-to email address. Or if you could just respond with who to contact.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna do anything about this because it's outside of our area, but you can contact.
Yeah.
So like township.
Like even if
Because
Ash
that's-
just said what those other jurisdictions were, because we have no idea a lot of times. It's
Yeah,
all just us.
I've submitted them because I knew they were about borderline, and, I just think, you know, and there was a pothole that I reported that apparently the Worthington border comes down further south on the southbound lanes, and then there's overlap where Columbus goes up a little bit further north on the northbound lanes, which is really weird. But I reported a pothole that was right there where the Aldi is now, because I thought, well, that's south of the Welcome to Glenville, that's south of Chase Road. I
Get
know
all
that's-
these, yeah.
Yeah, and I reported it, and it was a Worthington issue. Now, I had Beth Kowalczyk, who's on Worthington City Council, one of my contacts. Sent her pictures, and she had somebody from Road around there within an hour, but it would be nice if the general public who don't know this as well as I do, and there's even those ambiguous areas for me, it'd be nice if you said, hey, contact City of Worthington, that number, or email address, or their 311 equivalent is. Automatic. Okay. Okay. Okay.
We just pass the information first.
But Commissioner, what I would say, or share, so I'm gonna look up the name of the liaison. We're trying to have some, just take off a couple of different things that you're looking at. This is what I would like to help, would like to have help finding out what's the, what provision. So on 311, we do have this, the service request. If you're on the website, it actually is a remote system county. What you just described, neighborhood liaison issues and concerns is, so make it all in. But that there one service request type that you can use, it comes through, and then we can begin to write that, at least to help get some of the answers that you're looking for. And I also like where about the conference, I also thought, I heard her say, so if it's an audible pedestrian or pedestrian out of the so that's all. So whether it's clicking outside the boundary for some activities, and I think the board knows, yeah, we care, we travel. Yeah, we did.
He doesn't want to ask for you. He doesn't want to signature. So I'm looking for a job after.
I don't wanna lose that though, so, yeah. So Regina, can you, Norma, they don't write.
I like it.
Can you help her put in a service request of the 311 system comments?
Yes.
Okay. For that recommendation, so we can.
You have your clock and your print your questions.
So yes.
We've got another question. It's not-
Yes, ma'am.
So, I understand you're what you need for law.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my question is, and I'm not used for that, but I need.
I just came off here.
I own my property, I think I
What kind of
I'm good at data, so I can she's been on the committee for 7 years, and she's also an attorney. And Ann's been
3001.
I'm not fighting for
route that will pick up the class, so there's no and then I know so as soon as she's gonna okay, but I need to
the other way to the side, it's kind of like a long wall. They haven't stopped. I don't know why that is. You can email. It's like right yeah, so we are the ones who are suffering. Why are coming along with the other body? It's a three-way, so all of us coming through. So I don't know the name of, I don't know why it is. I wish I was an English just a little bit.
Yes, you would have to be a brand new.
But I can't, I'm not gonna give you the same email address.
This email's like being used. I'm like, well, I know you're gonna have email going on, email in our system, so now we'll just have to.
All I know is that sometimes
Well, that's okay, because it told us that there's already one, so it told me like, well, there's already email here, so now I know we need to do something. But it sounds like you may not have made.
So what happens is
I'm not sure, yeah, I'll just go through the process,
There's already an account that's this email, then you'll know every something.
I've always been 311 through I'm not sure. And this was during COVID, well, there was no way answering the phones during COVID.
Whatever way you like to.
They don't stop, the other way they come out to
It is right here.
I don't know what the answer is.
I'm gonna have to use it. Okay.
I moved in 6 years ago and I've been working in area. My parents are in area. Thanks guys for help. It just sounds like it's one of those things where like with borders of countries, you know, everyone's like, not my issue.
Well, it's someone, whether they like it or not.
When I get a little more capacity, I'll try to
He applied for a job and said that be a staff member help running that old shop. I only wish I just signed up. I get this stuff.
Do something about it. My stuff is with my thank you guys. You guys are very impressive.
So yeah, I just registered as a nurse and things with you know, I say
Yeah, that's what we
thank you guys. Thank you guys for thank you all for the cool stuff.
Talking about
Thank you guys.
don't need
I don't know what I'm doing. I said, even a light would be perfect, but even if Coke would stop it, to take my daughter to Canada. I was telling the other person, some of my friends, like, you know, the road they were like, on that road, they always have a we're the ones that ride. I don't know why. I feel very scared.
Oh no, you're
say we know this is an issue.
I can show videos every morning to show you guys how narrow it is. And
I was like, we should start with having everybody on our block record it.
if there's a bunch of people switch up, but that's how it is. I don't know anyone who would argue, even I think the people coming from Cook would probably argue that there's a great way to stop it. I think it's hard for them to probably round it up. There's no big enough for I just think that's not good. We have a stoplight at I'm sure anyone else on that street or not trying to go to work and say that it's scary. I'm always like, where's my car?
Your website is helping us kind of stop playing nice.
I would have
She submitted a request.
There are people entrenched in public affairs. They start out
Did you find anyone around? Got something in there.
It's like this one.
I'm not sure if I've got it coming up. So I guess if I've got it now, setting up the calendar.
If you have an account, prior to April the 9th, yeah, we need to create another. Instead of migrating things over, because we just need stuff to do.
My trash collection, your wheel fell off my trash. We had new gas lines when they repaired all the sidewalks and places, sidewalks that have been dug up, they covered over the 4 different roads. I'm sure I've been there. So it's
I'm familiar with the website, so
I agree. I thought maybe what happened was a new map and error.
No, it's the same. It's the roll as in 2011 and 2020. This year will be coming up to 3 years.
like parks that are in money and grass and stuff like that. There's like a big grass area. So they'll have they got the
Sorry, I just went wrong my
Yes, you can do it right.